Jason Jones, the man accused of killing 4 people in Laurel, Nebraska last August, is pleading not guilty. Online court documents show Jones pleaded not guilty on Monday to 4 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of first-degree arson, and 4 counts of use of a firearm to commit a felony. Jones was originally scheduled to be arraigned on May 22nd, but he submitted a written plea yesterday instead. Jones is charged in the slayings of Gene Twyford, his wife Janet, their adult daughter Dana, and a neighbor, Michelle Ebeling, in their homes in Laurel last August 4th, then setting the 2 homes on fire to try to cover up the murders. A date has not been set for Jones's next court appearance. Jones's wife, Carrie Jones, also faces a charge of first-degree murder, accused of aiding her husband in the murder of Gene Twyford. She's scheduled to be arraigned in Cedar County District Court on May 22nd.